Hello everyone, I hope you all are keeping fine. This video is related to continuity and differentiability, chapter 5, class 12th. We are going to focus on continuity in this video. Dear students, in the previous videos I have already discussed about graphs, functions as well as their domain and ranges. So if you have not seen those videos yet, then just go and watch them carefully. I'm going to attach the link in the description box so you can click and watch them carefully because these are the basics. So if you know the basics, it will be easy for you to understand the continuity. Mathematics is just like a staircase. You can jump. We have to go step by step. If you are going to jump, you may fall. So first step is to understand the graphs as well as the functions well. Then only we can move forward to the second step, that is continuity. So now let's start our lesson, that is continuity. So for understanding the continuity, there is a need of revising limits. Limits you have studied in class 11th standard. So we are going to only have a quick revision of the limits. So what is written here? Limit x tends to 0, fx equals to L. This is the definition of the limit that we studied in 11th standard. The meaning is that when x is approaching to C, fx is approaching to L. This is what the meaning of this definition. We are using here the word approaching, not the exact value. We never say fx equals to. We say fx is approaching to L. So limit is all about the approaching, okay? It's not about exact. So if you want to study it graphically, it looks like this. It means we are not considering the exact value C. We are considering a value in the neighborhood, okay? So that distance we have taken very minute distance, that is delta. So this becomes C minus delta and this becomes C plus delta. So we are checking in that way कि what is happening with the function if we are approaching in this interval, like from the left hand side as well as from the right hand side. So one word you have studied in 11th standard, that was about existence of the limit. Limit exists if the left hand limit equals to the right hand limit. So right hand limit, what is the meaning of that? It means x is tending to C plus. What is that C plus mean? Means you are approaching towards C from the right hand direction and then your function is approaching to a value that is L. Similarly, if your x is approaching from the left hand side to C, then we write C minus. In this case we write C plus, and fx is again approaching to the same value, that is L. So if both the values are L, then we say limit exists. That's very important concept and we are going to use it in continuity also. Few of the result you have studied in 11th standard, very important result, and few questions, like one question was there, limit x square minus 4 upon x minus 2, limit x tends to 2. See, actually few questions was very direct. Directly you apply the limit and you will get your answer. But these questions were not like that. If you are going to apply directly the limit, you will get 0 by 0 form. So whenever you are getting the 0 by 0 form, then in that case we always factorize first and then we solve. So x square minus 4, just factorize it, you will get x plus 2, x minus 2 from a square minus b square. Now denominator is also x minus 2. So this will be cancelled. So you will get x plus 2 as the result. Now apply the limit. So this will become 2 plus 2, that is 4. So likewise we are going to solve many of the question. Few results were there. These two results are related to sandwich theorem. Limit x tends to 0, sin x upon x is 1, and limit x tends to 0, 1 minus cos x upon x is 0. Third result was this, limit x tends to 0, x to power n minus a to power n upon x minus a is n into a to power n minus 1. So remember all these results, we are going to use it in the questions, okay? Now let's talk about continuity. See, to understand the continuity, Actually, what is that word means? If you can draw the graph of a function without lifting your pen, then we say that the function is continuous. Suppose if the graph looks like this, then you cannot draw it without lifting your pen. It means this function is not continuous. So continuity means that uninterrupted. It means you can draw the graph without lifting your pen. This is layman's definition. So here, to understand it well, we have considered two examples. First is fx equals to 1 for x less than equal to 0 and 2 for x greater than 0. So if you are going it graphically, you will get this. For x greater than 0, it means this side, you will get this graph, and for x less than equal to 0, you will get this graph because it is 1. It means what is happening, that from the left hand side the function is approaching to 1 and from the right hand side the function is approaching to 2. It means the limit does not exist in this case. In the first example, the limit does not exist because left hand limit is not equivalent to right hand limit. Okay. Or if you are going to draw this graph, then you can see clearly कि if you will draw, then just pay attention. What will happen? First of all, this figure, and then we have to jump, and then this figure. It means there is a gap here. So we cannot draw this graph without lifting our pen. So this is not continuous. Okay. Now you come to this example. What is there? Ki fx equals to 1 for x not equals to 0. It means we are going to get this graph and 2 at 0. It means it is shown by this figure like this. It means our function is approaching from the left hand side to 1 and from the right hand side also to 1. It means limit of this function exists. But is this function continuous? If you are going to draw, then what is happening? That first of all from here to here, then all of a sudden we have to jump to this value, and then again there is a continuity. It means we cannot draw this graph without lifting our pen. So this is not continuous function. So here we can conclude that the limit existence is very necessary, but if the limit exists, then also the function may be discontinuous. So it is important. What is important? That we are going to focus. Continuity at an interior point and continuity at an end point. A function is continuous at an interior point C of its domain if what is written here, limit x tends to c, fx equals to fc. It means that fc should exist. Continuity at an end point means the limit should exist. It means whatever we have studied in the graph, the function, it means that the value of at that point, the value of the function should be equivalent to like this, fx equals to fc, if x is approaching to c. And the second point, the limit should exist. This is very important point, and fc should also exist. Okay, so a function is continuous if it is continuous at each and every point of the domain, then we say the function is continuous. Clear? Now what is the continuity test? There are three things which are very important. A function is said to be continuous at C when first point fc exists. C is a point in the domain. Very important point. fc should exist. If fc doesn't exist, then we are not going to talk about the continuity. Second, limit should exist. It means left hand limit should be equivalent to right hand limit. Third point, the value of the function should be equivalent to the limit value. It means limit x tending to c, fx equals to fc. So the limit equals to the function value. So these 3 points you are going to keep in your mind. Okay, so note down all these things. These are very important things. So whenever you are about to check the continuity, you just check all these 3 points. Okay. Now the next thing, what is that? Example. How to solve a question. Very easy example. Fx x plus 5 for x less than equal to 1 and x minus 5 if x is greater than 1. This is the question. Now how to solve this question? The first line is x plus 5 for x less than equal to 1. This is what written there. First of all, you note, if you want to check the continuity, so what can be the expected value of the discontinuity or like that. So first of all, you keep it in mind that check the continuity always at the point where the function changes its definition. So here you can see for x less than equal to 1, the definition is x plus 5. For x greater than 1, the definition is x minus 5. It means 1 is the turning point here. So we are going to check whether the function is continuous at 1 or not. If it is continuous at 1, it means it will be continuous in the domain. Okay. So first point, does f1 exist? So f1 exists. Definitely f1 exists, because for less than equal to 1, the function is x plus 5. So it will be 6. So f1 exists, or f is a real valued function. Here actually in 12th standard generally our functions are real valued function. So 6 is a real value. So obviously f1 exists. Now we are going to check about our limits, left hand limit as well as right hand limit. So for the right hand limit, limit x tending to 1 plus. I told you that for right hand we write plus, and we are checking the limit around 1. So we are going to put 1 plus. So now the second step, we are going to write it in this way: h tending to 0, f1 plus h. That you have already studied in 11th standard. I hope you know it very well. Okay. If you don't know, you can share it with me. So now you change, just put the value 1 plus h means greater than 1. And for greater than 1, our function is x minus 5. So just put the value 1 plus h minus 5. Okay, in place of x, we will put 1 plus h. So the result will be h minus 5. If you are going to apply the limit, you will get minus 4. Okay, so our right hand limit is minus 4. Similarly, we are going to find out the left hand limit. And what is our left hand limit? The same way we are going to solve. Here we are going to use 1 minus h, 1 minus, so 1 minus h, and 1 minus h, our function was x plus 5. Okay, for x less than equal to 1, our function was x plus 5. So we are going to write 1 minus h plus 5. So minus h plus 6, so result will be 6. So that result was minus 4 and this result is 6. So it means our right hand limit is not equivalent to left hand limit. Therefore limit does not exist. Here you could see this result was minus 4 and left hand limit was 6. So as these two limits are not equal, therefore the limit does not exist, and that was the primary requirement for the continuity. So if the limit does not exist, on the basis of that we can conclude that the function is not continuous. Okay, so dear students, function is not continuous at 1. Okay, so करना क्या है, actually just pay attention that whenever a definition is given, wherever the function is changing the definition, you just check the continuity at that point. There are 3 points. First of, one by one you check every point, and if any of the point fails, then you conclude that the function is not continuous at that particular point. So just pay attention, revise this video. If you have any query, you may ask. In the next video, I'll discuss more examples related to continuity as well as many important things and results related to continuity. Thank you so very much. Again, I request you to subscribe and like and comment. Thank you so very much, and keep safe. Okay.